Enmity of the world. After Jesus finished the parable of the vine and the branches, he indicated that he had more to say, and he spoke, knowing that his time was short. Do not be discouraged by the resistance and enmity that comes from the world. Do not be disheartened when even your believing brothers go astray and turn against you. The truth you proclaim will face much resistance. But if the world begins to hate you, remember that it hated me before it hated you. If your message were of this world, it would not extend beyond the worldly group to which you belong, and this group would eventually love you as a visionary or a prophet at best. But because the message you bring is not for the temporal world, the world will refuse to accept you. You live in this world, but your life should not be like that of this world. I have chosen you to represent the spirit of another world. But always remember the words I have spoken. The servant is not greater than his master. If they dare to persecute me, they will also persecute you. If my words offend the unbelievers, they will also hate the bearer of the message. They will do all kinds of things to you because they do not believe in me or in him who sent me. You will have to suffer much for the sake of my gospel. But when you undergo these trials, remember that I have also suffered. My suffering is before yours, and for the sake of this gospel of the heavenly kingdom. Many of those who will attack you are ignorant of the light of heaven, but this cannot be said of some who now persecute us. If we had not taught them the truth, they could do many strange things without falling under judgment, but now that they have known the light and dared to reject it, they have no excuse for their attitude. He who hates me also hates the Heavenly Father. The light that would save you if you accepted it can only condemn you when it is willfully rejected. What have I done to these people that they hate me so terribly? Nothing other than that I have offered them brotherhood on earth and salvation in heaven. But I will not leave you alone in the world. Very soon after I am gone, I will send a spirit helper. You will soon have someone with you who will take my place. Someone who will continue in spirit to teach you all the way of truth, and he will comfort you. Do not despair, but believe in the loving God whom I have revealed to you. Even though I must leave you now, I will never be far from you. I have already told you that in my Father's universe there are many places. This is difficult for you to imagine now, but I have spoken of it repeatedly. I go to return to worlds of light, dwelling places in heaven, where you too will one day ascend. I was sent from heaven to this world, but the hour has now come for me to return to my Father's work, to reign over the worlds on high. I go before you to the heavenly kingdom, for you will also come there. You will be welcomed in places that were prepared for the ascending sons of God long before your world existed. Even though I must leave you, I will still be with you in spirit, and eventually you will come to me when you have ascended to me, just as I am now about to ascend to my heavenly Father. Everything I have said to you is true and everlasting, even though you do not yet fully understand it. I go to the Father, and although you cannot follow me now, you will surely follow me in the ages to come. When Jesus sat down, Thomas stood up and said, Master, we do not know where you are going, so how can we know the way? But we will follow you tonight so that you can show us the way. Jesus looked at Thomas and replied, Thomas, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. All who find the Father find me first. If you know me, then you know the way to the Father, and you know me because we have lived together and you see me now. But this teaching was too deep for the apostles, especially for Philip, who, after exchanging a few words with Nathanael, stood up and said, Master, show us the Father, and everything you have said will become clear. Jesus replied, Philip, have I been with you so long, and you still do not know me? Again I say, whoever has seen me has seen the Father. How can you then say, show us the Father? Do you not believe that I am in the Father and the Father is in me? The words I speak are not my words, but the words of my heavenly Father. I speak for the Father, not for myself. I am in the world to do the will of the Father, and I have done it. My Father remains in me and works through me. The Father is in me, and I'm in the Father. If this is too difficult to grasp, then believe in me for the sake of this life that I have lived among you and the fruits that my work has produced.